Good morning. Welcome to Mountain Crypto. I'm your host Shane Ripley, and today we're just going to talk about I haven't really made up my mind what to give the topic for this, but I was thinking crypto slave. I don't know, but the topic is going to be on crypto, and is it what's the future look like? What's going on that's good in the market right now? And kind of talk briefly about a real basic investment strategy. So I don't know what the topic's going to be, but that's the content. So with that, I want to give my disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an advisor of any kind, and just giving information on what I'm looking at, what I'm doing, maybe what I'm not doing. I'm not, shilling anything, as they say. But we do have the links below the description. If you're on the YouTube, if you're on the podcast, you'll have to go to the YouTube channel to check that out. Crypto Mountain, we're the first ones that pop up. And the description is below, and we have links. If you do $100 on Coinbase, you get 10 extra bucks, and we get 10 bucks, and things like that. There's some other opportunities that are there. We do public speaking and seminars, Basic 101, and how crypto can benefit a business or how it can be used in a business. And we can also customize presentations for your group or your organization here in Southern California and especially San Diego County area. So with that, we'll get right into it. I hope you had a good Father's Day. It was Father's Day. I had my birthday also in the last week, and I got this really nice hat here, George Strait Stetson hat. So I'm happy. My old one was getting kind of crusty, so that was fun. Had family over. It was a good time. So boy, there's a lot going on in crypto. Everybody's all down and gloom because the prices are so low. They haven't been this low since April, and then before that they hadn't been that low since last year. But there's a lot of good stuff going on, and I think when everybody's crying, that's really the time to look at this opportunity. If you have not gotten involved in crypto, or you're just kind of doing the research right now, I would highly recommend you get in on the basic level. Get a Coinbase account. That's the easiest way to start, and put some money into Ethereum and Bitcoin. So if you haven't been under a rock in the crypto world, you already know that the SCE here in the United States just declared Bitcoin and Ethereum are not a traded exchange, so they're not going to be regulated by the SCE. So that's going to leave it open for a lot of investment. So I keep attuned to the news the best I can, to what's going on, and a lot of real positive stuff going on. The banks, remember, the banks are afraid of crypto right now, so there's going to be a lot of politics. The banks do a lot of have a lot of power on a lot of levels with the media and with politics. So, but at the same time, investors are hungry for this opportunity, and big investment brokers in Wall Street are looking at ways that they can profit off of this. So they have a lot of power as well, and they have a lot of political pull as well. So with the public behind this and the investors behind this, it will push forward. The technology is undeniably going to push us into a new era. If you didn't get a chance to look at my last video, take a look at it. We do some research on the blockchain. It's a basic about the blockchain, but when you look at how versatile the blockchain is, and the ledger and these smart contracts and things of this sort, man, my computer just shut off and I have it plugged in. There it goes. Okay, came back. Whew, scared me. You look at those opportunities, you're going to see that, this technology is going to change the world. It's probably going to do away with your job. So if you aren't profiting off of this or getting involved in this, my opinion is there's going to be a very rare opportunity to be in the upper hand of this deal that's being dealt out to us. And you can't stop it. It's coming. The banks can't stop it. This technology is coming. Just do a lot of research, because this is going to change the world as we know it. It's going to change jobs and employment. And if you don't think that's true, go to McDonald's. And how did they deal with the wage increase? They got rid of all the employees. Now you talk to a kiosk. In another 10 years, there will be one person in McDonald's. Everything will be mechanized, from a truck that drives itself, to delivery, to robots that unload it, to robots that do all the cooking, everything. One person monitoring this thing is all it's going to take, at the most, in 10 years. Mark my words. It's not my words. It's people are building this stuff right now. This stuff is happening right now. So, and the blockchain is a way that could change the whole world. I mean, even politics. We don't need politicians, believe it or not. Everything could be in a contract that's unchangeable through a block, through a blockchain, through a ledger, where nobody can change it, or it destroys the whole system, right? This is incredible technology that's going to change the world. Mark my words, and many others much more smarter than I am and much more informed, because they're doing it right now. But let's get on to the topic. The good news about cryptocurrency is right now you can get involved in it and you can invest in it. If you're already in cryptocurrency at the level that I talked about with the Coinbase, brush up and get educated and find out how to expand your horizon with altcoins, maybe some form of investing. We'll talk about a real basic form of investing at the end of this video. But let's look at the good news. Again, the United States SEC has declared Bitcoin and Ethereum are not going to be regulated. So what's going to happen? Well, everybody's going to want it. Lack of regulatory clarity is what has stifled investors from getting involved with this. They do not want to do something that they're not allowed to do. They don't want to get in trouble. They have investors' money. They don't need panic. They need stability, some bit of stability, at least in the regulation. So when you get these big investors talking to Coinbase, like Goldman Sachs, and launching products and targeting big investors and clearing the regulations with trustworthy custodial tools, that means the cryptocurrency market is going to begin. All this is happening right now, folks. Even though the market is down with Bitcoin and crypto, it's at an all year-long low right now. Well, it's a buying opportunity. This is a time to buy some. Again, cryptocurrency is speculative. It is not the stock market. There is no price earning valuation, ratio to a product. A lot of these cryptocurrencies you are buying into a concept. You're buying into the team. They have no product. Now, there's some that do. Do your research. Some are definitely making money now and doing things, and those are ones that want to be probably at the top of your list. There's ones that pay you now. You can earn gas with Neo, for example. I'm not saying that's what you should buy, but there are products out there that make money now. So it's something to look into. So there's all kinds of hedge funds that are actually not doing very good right now. They're not making a lot of money. They're going broke, right? They're not going broke, but they're not making 2,000% interest. They're not making, double, triple digit investment gains for their investors. So these hedge funds are looking for other options. They are dying to get in this. So let's see. Singapore, some other news. See if I can see this. Is it CGCX? Yeah, CGCX. This is it's called Calfin Global Crypto Exchange. This has officially launched a beta version trading platform which represents the world's first hybrid cryptocurrency investment solution, hopes to attract a wide range of investors who are interested in profiting or taking advantage from a highly diverse pool of assets. Their beta version's out now. This is reported, I always give credit to the article. This is called God, I can't see it for some reason. I want to close this here. Okay, CISION, CISION News. It's the PR Newswire. The article is called CGCX launches early version of its hybrid cryptocurrency exchange. It doesn't give credit to a a writer. Let me just double check, make sure. Yep, no writer. It just says the source is CGCX. So some of the things that are good about this CGCX, it's going to offer insurance. It's going to insure the investors against losses incurred during a cyber attack. They're going to provide wallets. These are secure wallets, and they're going to offer a higher measure of security to store these digital coins that are earned through the CGCX, and whether they plan to spend them or what they plan to do. Conducts KYC by requiring all participants to go through Know Your Customer registration. The platform cuts down on fraud while making itself more palatable to financial regulators. So beginning with the closed beta, they're going to make investors wait for the full exchange to be launched, but the beta version's available now, and investors can create their own accounts, experiment with the platform features, get used to basic UIs, and switch between them. Activate Google Authenticator verification process, register KYC ahead of time. So this is going to be big. This is going to open up a lot of investments, a lot of security, and bring in new people into the crypto market for investing. So this is big news, folks. And finally, this is a real good article here. We've been talking about a lot of the stuff that they've quoted in here because, like I said, if you're into crypto, a lot of this is already old news for you. So I hope this is the right one. Okay, is this the one I want? Bitcoin, hedge funds. Okay, Bitcoin price is down. So there are 8% of the 25 top crypto hedge funds have recorded profit. So they're already out there. So despite the decline, there are positive signs for cryptocurrency hedge funds. And let me quote this article too. Sorry, it's Ostato Avon Nomeo, June 18th, so that's today. It's called Cryptocurrency Hedge Fund Profits Plunge Amid Market Volatility, and this is found on the bitcoinist.com website. So if you want to look this up. But he talks about some of the down market, and then he says, despite the decline, there's still positive signs for cryptocurrency hedge funds. News from the SCE, which we talked about. We've got institutional investors like Coinbase, Goldman Sachs launching products targeted at big investors. With all of this going on, it's still happening. Okay, I don't think this is the article I wanted. There's another article I wanted here that's even better. Where is it? Okay, here it is. It's in that first article that I quoted, I think. No. Here we are. Okay, regulated cryptocurrency custody is a game changer. So we just talked about that one company, that CGCX or whatever it was, being kind of a custody holder and giving some insurance to the investors. That's going to open it up to a huge amount of investors. A lot of people are going to have a comfort level that, like, okay, yeah, I want a piece of this crypto pie, but I don't want to have to go in there and deal with this. I don't want the risk. I don't want this. I don't want that. So there's going to be a lot of different formats for this, built from probably a basic person to get in to someone that's a little bit more hands-on and they can do their own, like the CGCX that we just talked about. So hedge fund manager here, Kyle Samini, is doing his job. He makes multi-million-dollar bets, even on cryptocurrency, and he wants to ensure that his holdings aren't stolen. He is the managing partner for Multicoin Capital, and he hopes that this new custody service being tested on Coinbase will be one of the things that is developed and will offer a lot of security and have huge implications for future market. So right now, that's what is holding back. Way more investors that are investing right now are going to pour into the market. They are estimating that once this opens up, there will be at least $20 billion more dollars, and some people have said $40 billion now that I've read elsewhere besides this article, dumped into the market. That is going into the crypto market. That is going to drive the price up quite a bit. So some of the holdings that are going on here, startups including Circle and BitGo have been talking with regulators here in the U.S. In May, investment bank Nomura Holdings, it's spelled Nomura, joined crypto firms Ledger and Global Advisors to create a custody consortium called Komainu. It's Komainu, if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. And at least 3 giant Wall Street custodians, Bank of New York Mellon Corp, PJ Morgan Chase, and Northern Trust Corporation, all working on crypto custody services or exploring it, said people who were briefed. So this is going to be huge, folks. This is going to be big. These projects are paving the way for investors to expand into crypto. It's going to allow more institutional investors, hedge funds. The SCE is going to, hopefully require a qualified custodian, and that's what allows you to invest. So, like, when you retire or when you put in your 401k, it's not self-directed, right? If you're a big business or and you can have self-directed retirements where you do your own investments. That's a great topic. I should do a video on that. But you as an employee have a fund, a 401k or whatever it is. As an individual, you buy off of a platform like Fidelity or Vanguard or whatever it is, and then they have their formatted Roths and IRAs. You're not investing into the individual stocks. They have an investor who invests into those stocks for you. But you can pick. You can pick the sectors and things like that. And the custodian is the one that does the day-to-day trading and sweating and nervousness and such like that. So a custodian offers you that, that protection that he's working on it, trying to make sure that the professional job is done at the trading and exchanges and buying and such to kind of, look over your account, as it were, for you. So as a employee, you can't buy shares of GE or Google or whatever. You can do it as an individual, but you can't do it through that. So the custodian offers an extra measure of protection for the investors. But what that means for us as crypto investors is going to bring a lot of money into the market, tons of money. It's going to drive up the price of a lot of cryptocurrencies. And if we're buying right now when the price is down, or we're getting involved in these startup ICOs, our money is going to double, triple, and probably a lot more very quickly as these people start to flood into the market. This is a big deal. 20 billion in crypto assets are poised to flow into custody services once they're available, estimates Sam McGalvin, who's leading the Coinbase project. The figure has been ticking higher in recent months despite Bitcoin's downward trend as startups hold initial coin offerings, pumping their own tokens in the market. So this is awesome, guys. We've got so much to look forward to. They're waiting on regulators. Several startups said they're talking with Securities and Exchange Commissioner and Financial Industry Regulator Authority. BitGo, which acquired Qualified Custodian Kingdom Trust, is working to become a qualified custodian in its own right to get a state-chartered trust company approved in South Dakota, CEO Mike Belshi said by phone. So, we know that Coinbase is already approved through the SCE, and it's a very safe way for Americans to be able to invest into the market, and the top coins are on there. So the doors are getting opened, and with more companies opening up and being able to open up a extra measure of security by having this American approval, it actually opens it up for other countries to say, well, okay, if America's doing it, maybe we should just follow suit and do it as well. So this is going to snowball globally, not just here in our nation. So there's a lot of competitive pressure, right? So, there's kind of a race of these companies to get approved and get going and get the ball going. So pretty awesome stuff, guys. A lot of things are taking place. So I am not a financial advisor or an investment guru or anything like that, but if you are just getting started in cryptocurrencies and you want to start investing, you know, open up that Coinbase account. It takes about a week for your money to get turned into Bitcoin or Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum or any of those top coins that they list. And but you buy at the time you click the price, that's the price you get. So if you buy Bitcoin today at, I think it was $6,400, very low price, you're locked in at that price. Okay. You don't have to buy a whole Bitcoin, by the way. You can buy, I think, as little as $100 worth. So you can buy that, and if you use our link down below, you get an extra $10 when you put $100 in, and then we get extra $10 too. So it doesn't cost you anything. It's just a referral link. So you get started in that and put a little money in there. Don't put all your money. You know, my suggestion to you is, this is very speculative. You could lose all your money. I mean, you know, the regulators could turn all of a sudden. I don't think that's going to happen, but it could happen. The markets can drop because, you know, there's a lot of, it's a wild west out there. People dump in money and price goes up. People pull out money, price plummets down to nothing. It's a very volatile market. If you can't take that, you can't stomach that, then maybe you better wait for one of Goldman Sachs or something to come out with something. But if you're looking to make a lot of profit, and you're looking at back at the .com days when people were making hundreds and 1,000% profit, you're not going to find that ever again in the stock market, but you might find it in crypto in the next few years. So, or at least be able to earn, you know, a sizable percentage on your investment. 20% is easy. People do that in 3 months in crypto all the time. There's different techniques. One technique that is the safest, I think everybody kind of tries to play that. There are cycles throughout the day, throughout the week. It's a wise person, Vince, who I follow. You can look at who I follow. He says, buy green, or buy red, sell green. So, you know, when the price is down, and you can tell when it's up and down because there's like these little cups, you know. Look over a month, 3 months on Bitcoin and see the patterns, and you'll see the all-time highs. You know, once it was up to 20,000. Well, you don't want to buy Bitcoin at 10, 20,000 in today's market. You want to buy at the price that we are right now. Some folks think Bitcoin could drop to 3,000. Is that going to happen? I have no idea. I kind of doubt it. But if it does, you know, then I'll be holding my Bitcoin a lot longer, won't I? But the other thing I will do is, what Bitcoin I have, I put my cash aside for what I'm going to buy. Let's say I put $50 a month aside, or $100 a month. Then I just put it in the Coinbase account. I have it just sitting there waiting. And if Bitcoin's real high and it's just going up, I don't buy. I don't buy Bitcoin. I don't buy Litecoin. Well, once it starts to drop, like right now, then I go, wow, you know what? I'm going to put $100, and maybe I've been saving it for 3 months. I got $300 in there, let's say. So once I saw it drop, I was like, wow, you know, so I'm going to put $100 in there. And then a week later, I see, wow, it's dropping again. I'm going to put $100 more in there. And then I'm going to keep an eye on it again and see, well, maybe this next week, is it still going to drop, or is it going up? You know, so if it's continuing to drop, then I might be putting another $100 in there. Okay. So if it just continues to drop, then I'm just going to continue to put that extra $100 or whatever a month that I have, I'm going to put into it. And when it starts to go up again, then I might look at, you know, as you're more advanced, you might look at the newer ICO coins and put, you know, $50 in this one, $50 in that one, or $100 in that one. Ones that you feel, you know, are a product that you would be willing to put your money into, and looks like it has a solid team and a lot of good reviews, and you know, is in a country that you trust, or has members on the board and such that you trust. So that's my kind of my technique with Bitcoin. Or Bitcoin Cash. If you look back on my videos, I have a video on Bitcoin Cash, and before that, if you look at some of my videos, I talk about, yeah, I'm buying Bitcoin, buying a little more Bitcoin Cash, that is. And it happened to be that I had accumulated a little bit of Bitcoin Cash because I was going to buy a miner, one of the miners for mining the Bitcoin. And in the meantime, started to kind of have some second thoughts on it, and I held off, which I'm glad I did, by the way. And it started to go down, and I read some really positive news that they were going to be increasing the size of their block from 16 to 32 bits. So I was like, you know, that could make the price go. So I think I'm just going to keep putting my money into that. So I did. And sure enough, it went up, and I was able to make, I'm sure it was about 25% profit on that. And I took and reinvested that in something else. But the point is just this simple technique over time is an easy way to earn a little bit of percentage, you know. And if you take as little as 5 or 10%, depending on what exchange you're on and what the fees are, don't forget to calculate the fees, as small as 5% increase in the market, you can make a profit on. So there's techniques for doing that, and you can look those up. A lot of them are titled like make $100 a day or whatever. A lot of these guys are trying to sell stuff, but the information is good for basic trading, and it might be something you want to look into if you want to make some money on this. But like I said, this is a lot going on, and it's pretty exciting, and if you're not involved in it, then you're going to be involved in it one way or another. So why not be on the side that has the most to gain from it? All right, that's about it. Thank you for tuning in to Mountain Crypto. I'm your host, Shane Ripley. Have a great day. Over and out.